Hey, and welcome back. So, if this is your first time joining us, hi. And if you have been on our channel and you have watched whether this is your second video or your 100th video, hi. And if this is your first video, make sure to check out some of our other content. I don't always talk about this in the very beginning of the videos, but look, we have content on this channel for free that is like actionable tips, weight loss, fitness, health tips that work. They helped me lose 161 pounds. They helped me go from a size 22 to a size 2. And you're not talking to somebody who, just picked up some weight in their 20s or 30s. Like, you're talking to somebody who has spent a lifetime being overweight, somebody who the smallest I can ever remember being was a size 7 in the 7th grade. And these are things that I use to go from failing at weight loss to succeeding wildly, becoming a health coach, and then paying that forward and helping other people do the exact same thing. So it not only worked for me, but it has worked for all the clients that I've worked with as well. And so with that being said, make sure to hit that red subscribe button. When you hit it, it turns gray. Ring the bell. That way you do not miss any of our tips. And give the video a thumbs up if you hear any information that you're like, that's actually pretty good. You giving the video a thumbs up really helps out our channel here on YouTube. So let's go ahead and jump into the content that we're going to talk about today. And this was one that I used to say to myself really for a decade that I was overweight. A decade. I said this to myself. I would always see these people popping up with before and after photos, and I used to say to myself, I don't have time. I ain't got time. I'm busy. Have you ever said that or thought it? Like you saw somebody else losing weight, or you saw somebody else working out, or you saw somebody else meal planning, all those things. And I used to always look at people's before and afters. And one of my biggest excuses that I would use of why that wasn't me was I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to meal plan. My life is so much more crazy and hectic and important than everybody else getting results. No, it wasn't. That's just what I said. That was one of my excuses that I told to myself, giving me permission to keep my butt stuck at morbidly obese. The truth is, look, listen, Linda, listen. The truth is, we all are busy adulting, and we all have busy lives. I don't think there's very many of us that struggle with our weight that just sit around playing tiddlywinks, twiddling our thumbs all day, singing Kumbaya. That's just not life. We have stress. Those of us that are parents, we have kids, careers, spouses, houses, animals. You could be a dog mom or a cat mom or a ferret mommy. Is that a thing? Can you be a ferret mom? Yeah, if you have a ferret, you're a ferret mom. You have a fur baby. Ferrets have fur, right? All right. So sometimes pets can be pretty demanding. So my point is, we're all busy, right? We all have lives. And if you are somehow waiting for the sun, the moon, and the stars to line up and you just to be gifted more time to go get healthy, that's not going to happen. We never have time for the things, no one's going to give us extra time to go do the things we want to do. And I was always waiting for things to calm down in my life or for something to free up so that I would have time to go do the things that I wanted to do. And I had learned through business that it wasn't about having the time, it was about making the time. We make time for the priorities in our life. We make time for the things we want to make time for, is the truth of the matter. And again, I had learned that in business, but I just kind of kept that away. That didn't apply to weight loss. That didn't apply to meal planning. That didn't apply to working out because I didn't have time, dang it. And it wasn't until I got serious after a decade of failing. I'm talking hardcore struggling, hardcore failing. I had tried almost every diet under the sun and I was sick of it. Have you ever just gotten to the point where you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired? I'm done. And I finally got to the place where it's enough is enough, Carmen. step up and take control of this already. And so all of a sudden, like when I got serious, I had to confront that excuse in me that said, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to meal plan. I ain't got the time to be part of one of those weight loss boot camp challenge things where I have a coach and I gotta go check in and I gotta watch these videos to give me some tips to put the right things in here so the right things come out here. Like I can do this all by myself. And I finally had to say, Carmen, I look in the mirror. Yes, I did this. I know my husband sometimes would be like, you're talking to yourself. Yes, I am. You do it too. Shut up. You know you do. You may not verbalize it, but you talk to yourself all day long in your head. Anyway, at least I hope you do. I can't be the only one that does this. And it was like looking myself in the mirror saying, your way has gotten you to here. And you make time to go get a massage. You make time to binge watch whatever. Like we make time for the priorities in our life. And the truth is if I wanted to have time for my health, I needed to make time. I was never going to be gifted the time. And so listen, there is somebody busier than me and busier than you, killing, nailing, slaying, knocking out of the freaking ballpark their health and fitness, their weight loss, killing it. There's always someone busier than you and busier than me doing better than us. I know sometimes we tell ourselves we're like the busiest, but that's not the truth. Like everybody's busy, right? Some people are more busy, but there's always somebody busier than you doing more. But you will never have the time until you make the choice to make the time. And when you all of a sudden make the choice to make your health a priority, to make your weight loss a priority, to make working out a priority, to make meal planning a priority. Literally, I went from not meal planning, eating according to my cravings, eating according to what was in my fridge, eating according to what I felt like, not working out with an infant and a toddler, to that was my life one day, making a decision, and the very next day, the very next week, the very next month, my life since then, working out every day, meal planning every single week. And so here's the thing. Did I get more time? No, if anything, I've gotten busier. We now have 3 kids. I homeschool our kids. Anyway, you know the drill. Life has gotten more. I've gotten more on my plate since I decided to get healthy, not less. And so with that being said, how do I still have the time to work out 6 days a week? How do I still have the time to meal prep and meal plan? I didn't get more time. I still have 24 hours in a day just like you do. But when it's a priority, because working out is a priority to me. My health is a priority. My health and maintaining this size 2 is a priority. So that means I find the time to work out. I find the time to meal plan. I find the time to stay healthy because it is important to me. And so a decade ago, my health wasn't really that important. I used to think it was important because I would spend money on things, but you can spend money on things and it still's not a priority. For some of us, we can spend money and still quit. Because, losing weight takes an investment of time and money. You got to be willing to invest financially and you got to be willing to invest your time. And it will not work if you're not willing to do both. And so I want to challenge you with the same question that I asked myself 6.5 years ago. How serious are you? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want the new lifestyle that you say you want? Does your walk match your talk? For a decade, my walk did not match my talk. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to lose weight. I want to do this. I want to be healthy. I want to have more energy. I'm going to pay the money and then I'm going to quit. So I could talk the talk, but when it came time to walk the walk, I was like hiding in the corner with my tail tucked. I quit. I ain't got no time. Next month, next year, next decade, whatever, when I find the time, when life gets simpler, when all this craziness in the world passes. No, because when the craziness in the world passes, something else is going to be going on in your life, just like it always has been. And so you really have to look yourself in the mirror and say, how bad do you want this? And how serious are you? And are you willing to make the time for what you say you want? Because when you make the time, you won't have an issue of finding the time. You'll have it. And so for all y'all out there, all y'all who are like me, who have been using the excuse of, I don't have the time, I'm too busy. You don't have the time because you haven't made it. As soon as you make the decision to make the time will magically appear. I'm telling you, it's the truth. It is the absolute truth. Absolute truth. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in my client's life. Yeah. And we'll see it in your life. If you have the cojones to look yourself in the mirror and say, homegirl, let's get real. Let's get real. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Check out some of our other videos. And yeah, let me know in the comments. If you ever have any questions, let me know. I'm always looking to, I always look, okay, what can I make videos about that are going to help people lose weight? That's going to make their weight loss journey easier. So if you ever are watching one of our videos and you have a question, or you're like, hey, do you have a video on this? Or could you talk about that? I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.